You know, some people plan their lives around what they'll do for a career or just like what their goals are. I plan my life around predicting whether Nintendo is going to have a direct in the month of June. So let's talk a little bit about that. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ty here, and if you're new here, also welcome. You know, I welcome both new and returning people. I do want to talk a little bit today about the Nintendo June Direct that everyone online is talking about, and what I think, you know, because I'm sure there's totally not too many people giving their own unasked for opinion, but mine was asked for. I looked in the mirror and I was like, I want to know what you think, and so here that is. I think it'll happen. That's there you go. There you can roll the outro music. It's over. I think it'll happen. No, but I mean, it's just common sense to me that it'll happen. I think we'll definitely see one between June and September. The thing is, E3 this year, you know, a lot of you may know, is it's not a thing. It's not happening, and they're saying it'll return next year. You know, I mean, really, the last couple years, because of something, I don't know. It hasn't really been that much of a thing, but you know, now Nintendo isn't really bound to it in June, so maybe they'll try July or some other month, maybe August, September for all their announcements. Thing is, though, you know, the longer you wait, the less time some of these have to cook in the oven, and I just think Nintendo has too much in the oven. That stuff's gonna start burning. I mean, we have things like Advance Wars that I think is kind of just chiming for some sort of info in June. I wouldn't be too surprised at this rate if it just gets thrown on the Switch Online as like a big deal. Seems possible. It doesn't seem that far-fetched to me. Another thing that we have coming is like the Mario Kart Wave 2 DLC. I know that both those to a lot of people might not be the biggest things ever, but those are things that have like a time limit in a way on them. I mean, the longer they wait on Advance Wars, the less it makes sense to even release it. And Mario Kart DLC is coming out in waves. I mean, it's been a couple months now, I think, since we got the first wave, so it seems like around the summertime we'll at least get one, I would assume. Another thing that's been highly talked about, rumored, leaked, whatever you want to call it, GBA Online for the expansion pack. I'm sure this would get announced at the E3 show. You know, it'd be a big deal. It sells a lot of people on the expansion pack, because honestly, for a lot of people, they still don't really see it. My friend Botox Media actually uploaded a video about it just really recently, and you know, he was a little persuasive about it, but I'm still not sold, mainly because I just don't see any real interest in it for me. GBA games, you know, now we start talking a bit here. Some other time-sensitive things, in my opinion, are, well, Splatoon. Splatoon is coming out in September, and we don't really know a ton about it. We've gotten more and more information a little lately, but honestly, we don't have a lot. You know, I'm sure, like Splatoon 2 did, we'll get a, like, public Splatfest beta thing. I would be pretty surprised if we didn't. I could really see that one happening over the summer. Give people a taste. Maybe that would be locked behind the expansion pass or the expansion pack online. That would be really bad. But I kind of was thinking I could see that happening. I don't know what that would mean for the online, because I don't know how many people are actually subscribed to the expansion pack. I guess if you're watching this and you're subscribed to the expansion pack and you leave a comment, let me know if you're subscribed to it or not, because I'm kind of curious. I mean, this wouldn't be exact polling data, but I don't really know many people that are on it, so kind of got me curious. You know, other things that would make sense to talk about: Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2, Mario Rabbids. Though Mario and Rabbids might be at Ubisoft show, because it was revealed at Ubisoft show, the second one and the first one. So maybe that'll show up. I don't know if Ubisoft's even doing a show either. So, you know, we got that for us. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, depending on when this thing happens, they still got to talk about some Xenoblade 3. I'm sure. Again, depending on when this happens, Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. I highly doubt this direct will happen for Mario Strikers, though it wouldn't be a bad time to advertise more Mario Strikers, because even if it's already out, because frankly, the hype isn't there for a lot of people. I'm really excited for it, but they haven't done a ton of advertising. They've been doing a lot for Xenoblade 3, which I can't blame them, but I really hope they don't leave Mario Strikers to die. I could see them, if Mario Strikers already out, I could see them announcing like some free DLC. Speaking of free DLC, and they also got to talk about some Switch Sports content update. I'm sure another thing for the online, or for the direct, would be talking about new games coming to their online service potentially. I'm sure they'll probably have like, you know, they'll have some like, what I don't expect actually is Pokemon. I would be a little shocked to see too much Pokemon there. I would expect a little, and then Pokemon we'll talk about, yeah, we'll have more information in June, because Pokemon has recently almost always been having some event in like June, so I think we'll see a little bit from them come June. I mean, it'll either be a lot or they'll cram it into this one, or it'll either be little information or it'll be a lot and we won't get a big June one like we have. I don't really know. They announced Scarlet and Violet early in the sense of like, not like, oh, this is too soon for a new generation, more like it was pretty early in the year in my opinion. I feel like lately they've been announced in their June presentation. I could be wrong. Could be really wrong. I guess other things that they could talk about is like Amiibo for Smash Bros. What is up with that? Probably the Monster Hunter DLC if it comes out before that DLC, or if the show is out before the DLC. Talk about the Amiibo, talk about what's in this expansion. Probably go way too long on it. Chat types Resident Sleeper, because it probably will be. RPGs, games like that, I don't really think showcase very well. I think the best type of games that showcase are like action adventures like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild, and platformers like Mario and I don't know, Mario. No, yeah, those are just like, I think everything I just mentioned though is a lot of safe bets of things we'll see in this June direct whenever. Some of my guesses, this is my wild, wacky guesses. I feel like we're kind of due for maybe a Mario Odyssey 2 or something along the lines of a new Mario 3D collectathon platformer. Some Nintendo character. Like I'm just feel like we're still missing just one game, because Breath of the Wild has been pushed back. You know, I'm sure that game was originally aiming for like December of this year, or at the latest. And I kind of think with the shifting of Xenoblade and Splatoon, I'm sure Breath of the Wild wasn't the only thing shifted back and something moved forward. I don't know. I just think something on the scale of Breath of the Wild switched with it. Not because like one was ready and one one was ready and one wasn't. Could be wrong. I would love an Odyssey too, though. Mario Odyssey is, I think, the best Switch game, one of the best Nintendo games ever. It's so good. It's so good. Some other like wacky predictions, I guess. For a while, it was kind of rumored that GoldenEye was getting like put back on modern consoles, like the original GoldenEye. And I kind of feel like, you know, the past E3s, Microsoft has had an announcement at Nintendo's events. Granted, the announcements were Steve and Banjo. You know, I mean, technically Steve wasn't announced at E3, but I kind of feel like he was planned for E3, but he was announced at a, you know, those wacky times. I digress though. Banjo has showed up at the Nintendo E3. I kind of feel like GoldenEye might be announced at the Nintendo event instead of the Xbox event, and then put on like the online service. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think that'd be really funny and kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think we'll see Switch 2 or whatever people want to call that. I don't think that's happening this year. It would just be unwise with the chip shortage. I assume we'll probably see some game will get some Joy-Cons and some game will get some new controller, like new Pro controller design. There's definitely a game that we don't know about, like 1 or 2 games. One will have like a release date, one won't, and then everything else is like a lot of things we know about. I just think that's how it'll probably go. But there you go. That's all my thoughts on Nintendo's unannounced June 2022 Direct that isn't even happening yet. And these are all just kind of my guesses. When one is announced, I'll probably have a more in-depth video on my predictions, the bold and the known type things. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It's kind of crazy to me how much has happened in the last couple of months. Like, I just feel like a few videos ago I was saying thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and now, time of uploading this, I'm like, I might actually be saying thank you for 1,100. That's just crazy to me. It's really crazy to me, and so thank you so much. And yeah, if you're new here, consider subscribing. It means a lot. And there's a Discord in the link in the description. I don't talk about it. I was talking about it a lot for a while, and then I stopped. Don't know why I stopped, because some people didn't know about it. But yeah, until next time, everyone, I'm gonna go feast on some Nintendo Switch cartridges.